all of these muscles in the front side of your shoulder, the front of your hip, they're all tight. So what you want to focus on is opening up these muscles.
Hey, I'm Trav. Back in 2010, I got hit hard with chronic fatigue syndrome, only 6 months after starting my new personal training business. I've spent the last 8 years researching and experimenting with my body to help get back to my best and beyond. I'm now sharing my story and my strategies with you so you can get back to living the life you love.
Hey, Trav here, holistic health and lifestyle coach, helping you make your comeback. Today, we will discuss some cheap and easy ways for you to reduce pain with chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia. Now, this is really important because I know money can be real tight and pain is always there, but you can definitely reduce pain with some really simple ways. So we're going to discuss 9 different ways that are going to help you to just get that pain down a little bit and not going to cost you an arm and a leg. So let's start with number 1. Stretching. Just basic stretching. One of the things that happens when you lack energy, your body will curl up into the fetal position. Okay? So this is just its basic defense mechanism, and that's why when you are really tired and in pain, quite often you are like this. You're sleeping like this because all of these muscles in the front side of your shoulder, the front of your hip, they're all tight. So what you want to focus on is opening up these muscles. Now for me, the pain mostly came from up either side of my neck and in my traps, just right on the top here, and that would cause so much pain it would pinch the nerves and give me migraines. So what you want to do is open things up. I recommend stretching for your chest up against a door frame or a wall. So if I'm like this, facing the wall and stretching this way, very important to have the elbow at shoulder height or slightly higher. You can do it with the arms straight out or slightly bent or up this way. It doesn't really matter as long as this elbow is higher than the shoulder itself. You're going to be able to open that up. 30 seconds or so is going to be enough. One of the other things I like doing when doing this chest stretch is just turning the head from side to side, just nice and gently, just to open up those neck muscles, because that will help too. Now with stretching, easy is best. So I'm going to say only about 30 seconds, deep breathing. You're only stretching to the point of a little bit of tension, not pain. If you're absolutely jamming it, it's not going to work and it's probably going to cause you more harm than good. So what else do I want to say about stretching? Especially with this, I mean, this is your main area as far as I'm concerned, as a lot of the pain really comes up through here in most of the people that I've seen. So if you can focus on that, deep breathing, nice and easy, 30 to 60 seconds, trying to stay up nice and tall, not dropping down like this. If you're not sure, talk to a personal trainer or a physio or someone like that and they'll be able to help you out. If lower body tension is one of the issues that you have as well, and I mean it certainly happens, you'll probably be tight through your hip flexors and probably your quads. Now I would choose to stretch the quads over the hip flexors. They are a much bigger muscle, and the basic quad stretch is pulling your foot up to your butt. You probably won't be able to see it on the video because there might not be enough room on the screen, but it is literally just pull your foot up to your butt, knees together, try and squeeze through your abs here, and just again, deep breathing, not pulling too much so it's at a point of pain, just so there's a bit of tension there so you can breathe and let it relax. So that is stretching. Simple way to do it, doesn't cost you anything, just a little bit of your time. And for those people who don't stretch because they're in too much pain, it's completely counterintuitive. If you're in too much pain and you stretch, you will then be in less pain. Generally that's how it works. It will not give you maybe 50% relief, but it might give you 10 or 20% or even 30, 40, who knows. But it's not going to do anything if you don't do it. And you know what, you can stretch multiple times a day, there is nothing wrong with that. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is yoga. Yoga can be beneficial for a lot of people, but if you have chronic fatigue syndrome and fibro, sometimes yoga can be too much. Now this very much depends on what type of yoga you do and how much yoga you do. So you really need to be looking at doing the gentler forms of yoga to actually have your body relax into it. So it's not too much stress. If you do the more aggressive ones, you'll use up your energy, you'll strain your muscles too much, or stress your muscles, not strain them, but stress your muscles out too much, use your energy, and it can be like a full-on workout. Going to a yoga class was never something that I benefited from. I went and did a few, but I mean after 20-30 minutes I was completely exhausted. so I'm talking from experience. There are some gentle yoga poses that you can do which will be of great benefit for you, and I suggest you do some research and talk to a yoga professional about what could be best for you that way. Number 3, we're talking about Tai Chi and Qigong. Now, Tai Chi and Qigong are the slow, gentle movements that go with your exercise. Now, the slight difference between Tai Chi and Qigong, Tai Chi is your gentle movement, and it's mostly focused on a specific set of movements. So actually, you know, a pattern that you are performing, where Qigong can be a little bit more free form, as in there are not so much set rules for it. And also it's really good for opening up your energy channels, your chakras. If you've ever looked into your Chinese medicine stuff, they're really good for that. Raising up the qi through the body and being able to push some of the bad stuff out of the system. If you can do it barefoot on the sand or on the grass, feet in the dirt, that also helps for grounding, and the grounding helps to sort of, well, just think about, you've got some voltage running through your heart, okay? It needs to be earthed out just like any other electrical system. By putting your feet on the ground, that will do that for you. So if you can do your Tai Chi or Qigong barefoot, it's going to benefit you greatly. Now, as far as Qigong stuff, you can look up a whole load of stuff online. I actually benefited most from doing some of the Qigong warm-up sequences, because they weren't too full on, and it was just enough for my body to loosen up, allow me to breathe, shake off some of the bad stuff, and just get some looseness going on through my shoulders, neck, back. Amazing stuff. If you can find someone who knows what they're doing, it can benefit you hugely. So have a look at that. Number 4, massage. Go and get a massage. Look, sometimes it can be expensive, but sometimes it can be absolutely necessary. I know for me, I was getting massage twice a week. Deep tissue from an occupational therapist, just to try and get me through my week, because I had a business to run and I was still trying to keep up with a certain amount of work. It was a lot of effort. The healthier I got, the less massage I needed, and I don't remember the last time I had a massage. It might have been 6 months ago, it might have been 8 or 9 months ago. I'm not sure anymore, but you can move to that point where it's not so much necessary. I recommend trying a bunch of different people. I actually find that I like the deep tissue Chinese massage. So some of the shopping centres might have different massage type places. Thai massage, Chinese massage, shiatsu, all sorts of different things. Look, find what works best for you. Find what works best within your price range. If you can't afford to get a massage, ask a friend. Someone might be able to help you and do some massage for you that way. Even if it's just loosening off your shoulders and the top of your traps through your neck, I found that to be hugely beneficial for me. Sometimes just having someone work on the top of my neck here, like on my traps there, was enough to take my migraine away, or at least take away 50%, sometimes 70, 80% of the pain. So massage is amazing. I did say about massage being great, and yes, you can't always afford it. Getting somebody else, you're not always going to have somebody else available. So number 5 is self-massage. Now, don't get the wrong idea, it's nothing a little dodgy there. We're talking about more foam rolling massage balls. So this is a foam roller. This is a little bit more of an aggressive one. I wouldn't start here. I would start off with a nice easy one, because I've been doing it for a long time and I'm involved in the fitness industry. I have lots of different things, and my muscles have gotten used to using these roller type devices over the years. This one particularly is really good for your quads, which get very tight, and they will eventually loosen up to the point where a basic roller just doesn't really do the job anymore, and you need to go to something a little bit more extreme. Massage balls are great as well. These ones are actually very expensive ones from Mobility Wad, but I found these to be hugely beneficial for me and worth every cent that I paid for them. This one was around $40 and this one's close to $60. I also have this one here, and look, these are just a fraction of some of the tools I have. This one here is a Theracane. I absolutely love this, and I have used it so much, and I tend to use it for just the one thing. So for me, my traps were tight, these muscles on the top, I found that I could get this and get it into the top of my shoulder, top of my trap, base of my neck, and just loosen things off that way. That could take me out of pain and make things so much better and easier for me to be able to just get on with my day and do some stuff. I do recommend you get someone to train you up with these, just to teach you how to work them. You can have a look at some YouTube videos and that can help too, but really working with someone who knows this is probably the best place to start. In the past, there were lots of warnings about not doing foam rolling or massage type work with fibromyalgia. I have found that I don't know how I would have gotten through fibromyalgia without trying that. So I'm throwing that caution out to you. Be aware that it may not be the best thing for you, and that's why you have to go and talk to a professional and see if they're going to okay that. You want to talk to your physio or somebody like that who understands your body and what you're going through and figure it out that way. Now, the main thing with rolling is you don't roll over the joints. So you're not rolling over your shoulder joint or elbow joint. That's your no-no. You're not going over your knees and you're not absolutely beating yourself up. Your body just wants to be loosened off a little bit, so don't absolutely smash yourself if you go down that self-massage path. The next one is rest or sleep more. I know it sounds simple, but it's certainly cheap. And the hard part for some of us people who have chronic fatigue and fibro, we tend to be these type A overachievers, high energy, wanting to get stuff done. We don't sit still and relax so well. So practicing that rest or forcing yourself to have a sleep or trying to sleep is a good idea. Rest could just be lying down. It could be sitting down watching a movie. It could just be sitting down reading a book, lying on the couch, even if it's just lying down, resting, having an easy conversation with someone who's nice and friendly for you. Rest, sleep, great, takes all the tension down. For some people, that may be too hard basket, or you just get restless, or sitting in front of the TV could be too much stimulation for your eyes. And that's why we go on to number 7, and that is meditate. So meditate, some people are scared of this whole meditation thing because their brain is just too hyperactive. I am also one of these people where my brain does not calm down, but I can still meditate. I found a way with a recommendation from another strength coach that I followed, and it was one of the most amazing things I ever found, and I still use the same soundtrack to this day, and it's more than 10 years later. I mean, I think I probably paid several $100s for just these several tracks that I have, but they are completely worth it. And what I mean by that is traditional meditation, you are lying down and trying to calm your brain down and not think. I mean, it is so difficult to just stop thinking. But what I've been using is audio tracks that help to change the brain and move it from its hyperactive state down through the brainwave frequencies into a calmer state. So we actually use the audio frequency to change your brain and calm you down. I would not believe this had I not done it, but I have been doing this for more than 10 years now, and I absolutely swear by it. It makes a huge difference, and it can be as good as having a sleep, and quite often I'll fall asleep while I have the track playing. Meditation is great like that. You don't always have to pay for meditation stuff as well. If you're on Spotify or iTunes, you'll be able to find certain meditation tracks which you want to kind of look at brainwave relaxation. You should be able to find some different audio tracks like that you don't have to pay for, that you can just listen to and get the benefits that way. YouTube has all sorts of stuff as well like that. Another word they use, or phrase they use, is binaural beats. Same sort of thing. You're just trying to tune in that brain frequency from being your more hyperactive to down into your calm, relaxed, easygoing state. And I mean, it is a huge difference to how you may feel. Now, if you can hear the background music going on at the moment, it's not actually music, it is purely just nature sounds. And that is using the Calm app, which is an app you can get on the iTunes App Store. I'm not sure it's on the Android one, but it is a free app, or I certainly have the free version now, you can always upgrade and use that. They have a heap of stuff, including stuff to help you get to sleep and breathing exercises and that. But even just the basic soundtracks that I'm using right now is just nature sounds. Nature sounds helps to calm me down hugely as well. Sometimes if I can't sleep, I might put some of the nature sounds on. It just helps to calm my brainwave through that same thing. So that is the Calm app, C-A-L-M. It is great. It is absolutely worth going and upgrading to if you ever want to go that way and get deeper into your meditation. Frankly, meditation is a cheap way of getting out of pain and huge in terms of just some relief from overthinking all the time too. Number 8, ice packs. I mention ice packs because that is something that I have used so much. If I've had migraines, I will put an ice pack on my head. I have an overheating issue, so I will often sleep with an ice pack wrapped in a wet flannel or wet hand towel and just sitting on my forehead. And especially when I've got a migraine, nasty headache or something, just the coolness from that helps to cool the rest of my body temperature down, helps me to relax through my head, my neck, my jaw, and takes away some of that pain. Alright, it's very cheap. They're just sitting in your freezer, and you want the soft, flexible ones. Yeah, fantastic. Last one, number 9, and this is very important. You can back off the protocol you are doing. If you are taking herbs or antibiotics or some other form of whatever to try and kill off some of the bugs or treat whatever's going on with you, you can back off that protocol. You are allowed to. If you are killing off some bugs and it's creating die-off, like the Herxheimer reaction, and just releasing more toxins into your system than your liver can actually process and eliminate, then it's probably causing you more pain than good. So from where you are, you may be beneficial, you may benefit from backing it off to maybe half of what you're doing, or even taking it from, full dose to 3/4 to half to 1/4, whatever it is. If you can back that off so you're not stressing the body so much and creating so much die-off or toxicity through your system that it's causing you pain, then you're going to have a better quality of life. You're going to feel a whole lot better every day, and you'll be able to do a little bit more. Now, it may take a little longer, but it may also not take a little longer, because frankly, if you're in pain all the time, you're generally going to be having less self-control when it comes to junk food or cravings and that sort of thing. You're going to be happier if you're in less pain. Yes, I said that right. You are going to be able to do a little bit more. You're going to feel a little bit better about yourself because you can have somewhat of a life, or at least a little bit more than if that die-off is just causing crazy pain and just leaving you in bed unable to move. And I know what that's like. I've had migraines for weeks on end, day after day, 5 or 6 days out of the week, I'm in bed with migraines, in extreme pain, can't function, absolutely hating my life. Okay? So it is possible to back off the protocol of whatever you're doing. If you are working with a naturopath or someone who is coaching you through that and you are struggling, then it is worth talking to them about, can I do this a little bit less? And this is not something that I ever did. For the majority of the time, I was absolutely balls to the wall, going as hard as I could and attacking this thing. But I realise now that that was quite foolish, and if I had gone a little bit of an easier approach, I probably would have recovered quicker and felt a whole lot better, had a much better quality of life along the way. So that's what I want to share with you about that. There are 9 different ways. So if you do this and you even just start today, one day of starting to do one of these things or several of these things and implementing them into your everyday life, you're going to have less pain. And it's not going to cost you much, if anything, for a lot of these things, other than a little bit of your time and a little bit of concentration. And hey, you've got nothing to lose other than pain. That's fantastic. That's what it's all about. Really hope you implement something. Have a go. I hope it helps, and let me know in the comments how you go with it. If you like this and you want more tips like this, you can grab your free cheat sheet from conquerchronicfatigue.com. The link is in the description. you will get answers to the most common questions that I have been asked on how to recover from chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. Now, this took me years to put together. Tons of research, over $150,000 spent in my own recovery and research courses, all sorts of things to find the answers to these questions. I'm going to give them to you for free because I want to help you get back to your best. So, go make your comeback and we'll talk again soon.